Sarah Mitchell stood at the fertility clinic's reception desk, her hands trembling as she signed the consent forms. The doctor had explained everything clearly. After 3 years of trying to conceive naturally, this was their last hope. Her husband David squeezed her shoulder gently. They had saved every penny for this treatment. The specialist had recommended transferring multiple embryos to increase their chances. It seemed like a simple decision at the time. More embryos meant better odds. Neither of them imagined what would happen next. The morning sickness hit Sarah like a freight train. She could barely keep water down. David found her collapsed on the bathroom floor one Tuesday morning, pale and exhausted. The emergency room visit revealed something unexpected. Her hormone levels were through the roof. The ultrasound technician's eyes widened as she moved the wand across Sarah's belly. She excused herself and returned with the doctor. Sarah's heart raced. Something was wrong. The doctor turned the monitor toward them. 3 distinct heartbeats flickered on the screen. Triplets. The room spun around Sarah. David's face went white. They had prepared for 1 baby, maybe 2 at most. 3 babies meant everything would change. The pregnancy progressed rapidly. Sarah's body stretched beyond what she thought possible. Simple tasks became monumental challenges. Tying shoes disappeared from her abilities by month 4. Sleep became a distant memory as the babies played soccer with her organs. David transformed their modest 2-bedroom house into a baby fortress. 3 cribs crowded the nursery. The credit cards maxed out buying 3 of everything. Car seats, strollers, high chairs. The bills piled up faster than David's accounting job could cover them. Sarah's maternity leave would barely cover the hospital stay. They needed help, but pride kept them from asking family. Week 28 brought the first real scare. Sarah woke to find blood on the sheets. The ambulance ride blurred past in a haze of sirens and medical jargon. Preterm labor threatened to bring the babies too early. The doctor's face was grim. Every day inside meant better chances for survival. Bed rest became Sarah's prison. She couldn't move except for bathroom breaks. David juggled work and caring for her. He cooked, cleaned, and held her hand through the endless days. The medical bills mounted. Specialists visited daily. Each ultrasound brought new worries. Baby A was smaller than the others. Baby B's heart showed irregularities. Baby C seemed fine but positioned awkwardly. The neighborhood gossip mill churned overtime. Mrs. Henderson from next door whispered to anyone who would listen. Triplets meant fertility drugs. Fertility drugs meant playing God. Some neighbors offered casseroles and support. Others turned cold. Sarah's best friend Rebecca stopped calling after Sarah missed her wedding shower. Being bedridden meant watching life pass by through social media updates. David's co-workers grew frustrated with his frequent absences. His boss delivered an ultimatum. Show up consistently or find new employment. The pressure crushed David from all sides. His wife needed him. His babies needed him. But they also needed his income and insurance. Week 32 arrived with drama. Sarah's water broke during a routine checkup. The surgical team assembled like a military operation. 3 teams for 3 babies. The NICU staff stood ready. David held Sarah's hand as they wheeled her into surgery. The spinal block made everything below her chest disappear. A sheet blocked their view but not the sounds. The first cry came at 2:47 p.m. Baby A, later named Emma, weighed 3 pounds 2 ounces. Her cry was weak but present. Baby B followed at 2:48 p.m. Ethan's arrival brought silence. The medical team worked frantically. Finally, a small wail filled the room. 2 pounds 14 ounces. The smallest but fiercest fighter. Baby C completed the trio at 2:50 p.m. Olivia emerged pink and screaming at 3 pounds even. The NICU became their second home. Wires and monitors surrounded each tiny body. Sarah pumped breast milk around the clock. Never enough for 3 hungry mouths. Formula supplemented what nature couldn't provide. David divided his time between work and hospital. Emma developed jaundice. The blue lights made her look like an alien baby. Ethan's heart condition required constant monitoring. Surgery loomed as a possibility. Olivia struggled to maintain body temperature. Each day brought new challenges and small victories. First time breathing without assistance. First full feeding. First diaper change that required 2 nurses. The NICU nurses became extended family. They celebrated every milestone and comforted through setbacks. The insurance company started sending denial letters. Experimental treatments weren't covered. Out-of-network specialists demanded payment upfront. David sold his motorcycle. Sarah's engagement ring went to a pawn shop. Pride crumbled under necessity. They started a crowdfunding page. Strangers donated $20 here, $50 there. Every penny counted toward keeping their babies alive. Sarah's mother flew in from Florida. She took one look at the situation and moved into the guest room. Her pension helped cover groceries. Her presence provided emotional support Sarah desperately needed. David's parents remained distant. They had warned against fertility treatments. Now their prophecy of disaster seemed fulfilled. Week by week, the babies grew stronger. Emma came off oxygen first. Her personality emerged early. Demanding and loud, she made her needs known. Ethan's surgery was postponed as his heart found its rhythm. The quiet observer, he studied everything with serious eyes. Olivia surprised everyone by catching up in weight. The smallest became the most active, constantly wiggling free from swaddles. After 47 days, the doctors mentioned the word everyone waited to hear. Home. But home meant new terrors. No nurses to monitor breathing. No alarms for heart rates. Just 2 exhausted parents and 3 fragile lives. The homecoming felt like bringing home live grenades. Sarah checked each baby's breathing every 10 minutes. David created spreadsheets tracking feeding times, diaper changes, and sleep patterns. They operated in shifts. Sarah took nights while David handled early mornings before work. Her mother covered afternoons. Sleep deprivation created a fog over everything. Sarah once put coffee grounds in Olivia's bottle instead of formula. David showed up to work wearing 2 different shoes. Somehow they survived each day. The babies thrived despite their parents fumbling. Weight gain charts showed steady progress. Developmental milestones passed on schedule. Then came the night that changed everything. Sarah woke to silence. The kind of silence that terrified parents of newborns. She flew to the nursery. Emma slept peacefully. Olivia's chest rose and fell normally. Ethan's crib sat empty. Panic seized her throat. She screamed for David. They tore through the house. Under cribs, behind furniture, anywhere a baby could be. David called 911 while Sarah ran outside. The street was empty at 3 a.m. No cars, no people, no baby. The police arrived within minutes. Questions flew faster than answers. Who had access? Were the doors locked? Any custody disputes? The investigation began as sunrise approached. The doorbell camera revealed the truth. Sarah's mother had taken Ethan for a walk at 2:30 a.m. The video showed her cradling him gently, talking softly. She walked toward the park and disappeared from view. Police found them on a bench by the pond. Grandma rocked Ethan while feeding him a bottle. She looked confused when officers approached. Dementia had crept in slowly. Small forgetful moments everyone attributed to stress. Taking midnight walks with babies wasn't normal. The diagnosis came swift and harsh. Early-stage Alzheimer's. The woman who had been their salvation now needed care herself. Sarah faced an impossible choice. Her mother couldn't be left alone with the babies. But they couldn't afford professional help. David's company announced layoffs the same week. His department faced a 40% reduction. 3 months of missed deadlines and distracted work made him an easy target. The unemployment checks wouldn't cover half their expenses. Credit cards maxed out months ago. The mortgage payment loomed. Sarah's milk dried up from stress. Formula for 3 meant hundreds of dollars monthly. Diaper costs alone broke their budget. David applied everywhere. Overqualified for retail. Underexperienced for senior positions. The rejection emails piled up like the bills. Sarah couldn't work with 3 infants and a mother needing supervision. The walls closed in from every direction. The church down the street became an unexpected lifeline. Sarah had walked past it thousands of times. Desperation drove her through the doors one Wednesday morning. She broke down crying to the first person she met. Within hours, the congregation mobilized. Volunteers appeared to help with babies. Meal trains organized without asking. Someone anonymously paid 3 months of their mortgage. The kindness of strangers overwhelmed them. David found work through a church member. Not ideal pay but included family insurance. Sarah joined a mother's group. Other triplet parents shared survival strategies. The isolation cracked open. Community poured in. The baby's first birthday approached like a marathon finish line. They had survived colic, teething, and countless sleepless nights. Emma walked first, leaving destruction in her wake. Ethan's heart condition resolved without surgery. Olivia charmed everyone with her giggling. Sarah's mother lived in a memory care facility. They visited weekly, bringing the babies she sometimes recognized. David's new job provided stability if not wealth. They downsized cars and cut every unnecessary expense. Date nights meant watching Netflix after the babies slept. Romance took a back seat to survival. But they were surviving. Together. Year 2 brought different challenges. 3 toddlers meant 3 different directions. Keeping them contained required military precision. Baby gates turned the house into a maze. Every surface got padlocked or cushioned. Emma discovered climbing before anyone anticipated. They found her on top of the refrigerator eating cookies. Ethan became an escape artist. He figured out every child lock within days. Olivia developed a talent for stealth. She could empty entire drawers before anyone noticed. Sarah aged 5 years and 12 months. Gray hairs appeared daily. David started sleeping at work to get actual rest. They loved their children fiercely. They also understood why some animals eat their young. The tornado struck without warning. April weather in the Midwest meant constant vigilance. The sirens wailed just after dinner. David grabbed Emma and Ethan. Sarah clutched Olivia. They huddled in the basement bathroom. The sound resembled a freight train parking on their roof. Windows exploded upstairs. The house groaned and shifted. 20 seconds of pure terror. Then, silence. They emerged to find half their home missing. The nursery where the babies had slept an hour earlier no longer existed. Neighbors' belongings littered their yard. But they were alive. All 5 hearts still beating. Material possessions could be replaced. Their family couldn't. Insurance battles began immediately. Acts of God had fine print. The adjuster offered half what they needed. Living in a hotel with 3 toddlers tested sanity. 1 room, 5 people, no kitchen. Fast food became their diet. The babies grew cranky from disruption. Emma refused to sleep anywhere but the bathtub. Ethan cried constantly from the change. Olivia developed a rash from hotel laundry detergent. Sarah's breakdown came in the parking lot. She sat in the van screaming while the babies napped. David found her there an hour later. No words needed. He simply held her while she sobbed. Rock bottom felt familiar by now. The morning brought unexpected hope. A news crew had filmed their destroyed home. The triplets' story went viral. Donations poured in from around the country. A construction company offered to rebuild at cost. Volunteers appeared with tools and time. The house rose from destruction stronger than before. 3 separate bedrooms replaced the crowded nursery. A playroom provided safe space for chaos. The kitchen expanded to handle industrial-level meal preparation. 8 months after the tornado, they moved back home. The babies adapted instantly. Their resilience amazed everyone. Children accept change easier than adults. Sarah and David learned to do the same. Kindergarten registration forced new decisions. 3 children in private preschool cost more than college tuition. Public school meant separating them into different classes. The experts recommended independence. Sarah's heart said otherwise. They had survived everything together. The triplets shared an unspoken language. Emma protected her brothers fiercely. Ethan calmed his sisters during meltdowns. Olivia mediated their conflicts with surprising wisdom. Separating them felt wrong. But keeping them together might stunt individual growth. David researched obsessively. Sarah visited every school in the district. They chose separation with careful monitoring. The first day brought tears from everyone. The call came during lunch. Olivia had bitten another student. Emma refused to participate without her siblings. Ethan hadn't spoken all morning. The great separation experiment lasted 4 hours. The principal agreed to keep them together. 1 classroom, 3 personalities, endless entertainment for their teacher. They thrived as a unit. Individual strengths emerged within their bond. Emma led reading groups. Ethan excelled at mathematics. Olivia became the class artist. Report cards showed identical grades. Competition pushed them equally. They studied together, played together, fought together. Normal siblings magnified by 3. Their story caught a producer's attention. Documentary crews followed them for 6 months. Cameras captured daily chaos and quiet moments. America fell in love with the Mitchell triplets. Speaking engagements followed. Sarah shared their story with struggling parents. David wrote about financial survival. Book deals materialized. The same choice that nearly destroyed them became their salvation. They paid off medical debt. Created college funds. Helped other triplet families. Purpose emerged from pain. The babies who arrived too early became symbols of hope. Their journey from NICU to kindergarten inspired thousands. Today marked another milestone. First grade meant real academics. New challenges awaited. 3 different learning styles. 3 sets of homework. 3 times the school activities. Sarah watched them board the bus together. Emma ensuring everyone had backpacks. Ethan double-checking lunch money. Olivia making friends with the driver. They would face bullies and bad days. Tests and tribulations. But they would face them together. The choice to transfer multiple embryos had turned their life upside down. Brought danger and chaos in measures they never imagined. Also delivered joy multiplied by 3. Love cubed. A family forged in crisis and strengthened by survival. Some choices define us. This one had transformed them entirely.